Today, we're checking out the best new strategy games heading to Nintendo Switch. From turn-based epics to real-time tactics and chilled-out builders, there is something strategic for every playstyle. We've got classic franchises, indie surprises, and everything in between. Let's dive in, starting off with Civilization 7. Civilization 7 is on the way, and if you've ever lost an entire weekend to one more turn, you already know why this is a big deal. This new entry promises a major visual overhaul, sharper UI, and some big gameplay changes under the hood, like expanded city management and more meaningful diplomacy. They're also reworking how terrain and expansion interact, which could completely change how you plan long-term strategies. There is still that classic Civ loop, founding cities, waging wars, outsmarting rivals, and trying to win through culture, science, or brute force. But this time, it all looks a little more dynamic, a little more modern. We haven't seen the full feature list yet, but for hardcore strategy fans, this is shaping up to be the next massive time sink. Civ is back, and it is looking better than ever. Next up, Metal Slug Tactics. The chaotic action of Metal Slug takes a tactical turn in this spin. Off, bringing grid, base strategy, and careful positioning to the forefront. Instead of pure reflexes, you are now managing turn order, movement, and cover while adapting to enemy patterns in compact, explosive battlefields. Each character has unique abilities and weapons, letting you build a squad that fits your playstyle. Whether you are playing aggressive or setting up tight defensive plays, the maps are dynamic with environmental hazards and destructible terrain that can shift the flow of combat. On top of that, a roguelike progression system keeps the pressure on by mixing up enemy formations and rewards. It is not just about shooting anymore, it is about planning the perfect attack, managing resources, and surviving waves of increasingly tougher battles. It is tactical strategy with arcade energy, and it looks like a solid entry for both newcomers and veterans. Now, over to Rogue Waters. This one's all about naval survival and real-time strategy blended into one ambitious open new world experience. You take command of your own customizable ship, navigate dynamic ocean systems, and manage a crew that actually matters. Each member with skills that affect how you explore, trade, and fight. Combat plays out in real time with tactical positioning, broadside attacks, and environmental hazards like storms or reefs that force you to think on your feet. Outside of battle, you are upgrading your vessel, making diplomatic choices with factions, and balancing risk versus reward on every voyage. There is also base building involved, giving you a long-term progression loop where resource management and smart expansion are key. Rogue Waters isn't just about sailing, it is about mastering. The systems behind every decision, from combat formations to trade routes, strategy here isn't optional. It is survival. Give them a round, all crews fire at will, reload. Swiftly out, let's hear those cannons. Next up, the Stone of Madness, set in a 19th century Spanish asylum. This one blends real-time tactics with stealth-based puzzle solving, all wrapped in a psychologically intense atmosphere. You control multiple characters, each with their own mental conditions, and must guide them through a hostile, ever-changing environment where sanity is just as much a threat as the guards patrolling the halls. The strategy comes from how you split your team, exploit enemy patterns, and interact with the world using character-specific abilities. But there is a twist. The mental health of your party directly impacts gameplay, leading to hallucinations, paranoia, or even breakdowns that you'll need to manage mid-mission. Planning your moves is essential because mistakes can cause a full collapse of both your escape plan and your team's minds. It is a unique blend of strategy and psychological tension that keeps you thinking several steps ahead. Moving on to the 100 line, Last Defense Academy. This is a tactical RPG with a heavy focus on time loops, school drama, and strategic battles against surreal monsters. You play as a student stuck in a 100-day countdown to destruction, and every day matters. The combat system is grid-based, but what sets it apart is how your choices outside of battle, building bonds, managing your schedule, uncovering secrets affect your power on the field. There is a persona-style structure here where downtime is just as important as action. Each teammate has unique abilities that evolve based on your interactions, giving battles a strong sense of progression. The strategy isn't just about winning fights. It is about preparing smart, managing time, and choosing who to trust before the end comes. It is stylish, strange, and shaping up to be something different in the tactics space.
Next up,
Fuga Melodies of Steel 3, The Emotional Turn. Base Tank Strategy Series continues with its third entry, and things are getting even more intense. You once again control a group of children piloting a massive war machine in a world torn apart by conflict. Each chapter pushes you to make tough moral choices, sacrificing power for safety, or risking everything for a better outcome. The combat is all about positioning, aiming, targeting, and managing limited resources as you progress through dangerous zones. What sets it apart is the soul cannon mechanic, a last resort weapon that comes at a devastating cost, something that forces you to constantly weigh your decisions. Outside of battles, you build relationships, upgrade your tank, and explore the psychological toll. Now, let's talk about Thronfall. This one takes the tower defense formula and trims the fat, delivering a streamlined but surprisingly deep, real-time strategy experience. You build your kingdom during the day, placing walls, archers, and economy structures, then defend it at night against waves of increasingly tough enemies. What makes it work is the simplicity of the mechanics paired with the need for smart decision-making. You've got limited resources and time, so every upgrade and placement counts. There is no micromanagement here, just tight, satisfying gameplay that makes each battle feel earned. It has also got a clean, almost peaceful art style that contrasts with the intensity of Nightfall. Don't let the look fool you. Underneath the minimalism, it is a challenging strategy game that demands quick thinking and long-term planning. Up next, Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero. The cult classic strategy RPG returns with a fresh coat of paint and some big mechanical updates. The core gameplay still revolves around Morona summoning phantoms into objects on the battlefield. Yeah, that system's back and it is just as wild as ever. Unlike most tactics games, there is no grid here. Movement is free form and physics matter, so pushing, tossing, and positioning take on a whole new layer of strategy. Each summon lasts only a few turns, so you are constantly adjusting your team and improvising mid-fight. Outside of battle, you'll be leveling characters, fusing items, and managing a whole bunch of systems that reward deep experimentation. It is quirky, it is challenging, and it has got that distinct Nipponichi style that fans love. This one's for players who want their tactics games to be anything but traditional. Now over to Into the Restless Ruins. This one's all about tactical exploration and squad. Base combat in a dark atmospheric world filled with shifting dangers. You lead a group of adventurers deep into ancient ruins, managing not just their health and gear, but also their sanity. The strategy here is layered. You are navigating procedurally generated maps, setting up ambushes, managing light sources, and planning each step like it could be your last. There is a strong emphasis on resource scarcity, so every decision, whether to push deeper or fall back, carries weight. Combat is turn-based and punishing with status effects, terrain manipulation, and party synergy playing key roles. It is part dungeon crawler, part survival tactics, and all about tension. Now, let's talk about Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition. If you are into hardcore grand strategy, this is the deep end. Set in Japan Sengoku era, you are managing everything from battlefield tactics to domestic politics, assigning officers, forming alliances, developing towns, and leading armies across a massive historical map. It is all turn-based, but don't expect anything simple here. Every move feels like a layer in a much bigger plan. What sets this edition apart is the expanded AI behavior and decision making, which makes diplomacy and war more reactive and nuanced. There is also an insane level of detail, right down to individual officer personalities affecting morale and performance. You don't just conquer territory, you govern it, shape it, and try to keep it from collapsing under its own weight. For strategy purists, this one's a beast, and it knows it. Last up, Islanders New Shores. This one's all about chill strategy. No combat, no timers, just pure minimalist city building with a clever scoring system under the hood. You are placing buildings on procedurally generated islands, trying to create efficient layouts that maximize points while maintaining that Zen flow. Every decision feels small but meaningful. Where you drop a lumberjack or a mansion can make or break your next set of choices. The New Shores part brings more variety to island types, expanded building sets, and hopefully some light progression between runs. It is not the kind of strategy game. It is more about relaxing while still engaging your brain. If you like your strategy with low pressure but high satisfaction, this one's worth watching when it finally drops. Next up, Unicorn Overlord. This is a tactical RPG with some serious old school fire. And yeah, it leans hard into that 9S fantasy anime vibe, but with modern polish. You command a growing army across a massive overworld, capturing towns, managing alliances, and jumping into real-time tactical skirmishes that shift into formation-based battles. The strategy isn't just on the battlefield. It is also in how you build your units, pick your classes, and position leaders for maximum synergy. There is a deep morale and loyalty system too, meaning your decisions off the field directly influence how well your troops perform in combat. Visually, it is stunning, beautiful sprite work, animated cutins, and detailed maps that make every encounter feel grand. This is the kind of tactics game that rewards slow, thoughtful play and gives you plenty of ways to shape your army your way. That's the list. Some of the most exciting strategy games on the way for Switch and Switch 2. If you enjoyed the video, hitting that like button really helps us out. And if you are new here, consider subscribing. We talk games like this all the time. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.